about community.
Really? Well, celebrities are about bullshit because they've terrorized me forever. Where's the inclusiveness? That they make a lawless global movement from terrorizing me and then lying to the communities, lying to society to pretend like, oh, they're investigating me. You know what? If they were investigating me, why wouldn't cops just investigate me like it's their job, right? I mean, I don't know how many times I've called them every name, every vulgar name you could think of to describe my disdain toward Davis and Yolo County Police and the DA and posted it on social media. Why haven't they killed me? They already tried to kill me in my apartment for risking my life for my black ex-boyfriend, brutalizing me with tasers, 2 cops at the same time, Powell, McNiven, both steroid cops, covering their brotherhood and their felon druggy families that are child abusers and gangbangers, and some are Nazis, and they're connected to the La Raza socialist groups that hate Jews. Yeah. So this is our version of inclusiveness, is to make hate crimes against somebody that has never had a felony. I have never had a felony. I've never had a 5150. I have never been jailed. I am a survivor of violent crimes and a lawful whistleblower. And I have numerous ongoing lawsuits. Sacramento and San Francisco federal courts. Magistrate Claire declared martial law in 2015 for my lawsuit that I filed against the Davis Police, 213 CV 2653. Claire states that cops have no obligation to protect and serve. Williams versus California, a law passed to illegally protect police whom refuse to protect children against gun school shootings, was the same law used to illegally violate my equal protection of rights and my civil rights, filing lawsuits against the Davis Police and Yolo County. They later tried to put sanctions on me and say that I was vexatious because they didn't want me suing the government. They didn't want me suing the DOJ and the Davis Police, and they wanted to shut down all of my lawsuits as quickly as possible. Ironically, San Francisco has granted me ADR settlements against the United States, against celebrities, media, government, cops, etc. And yet they seem to always kick out my lawsuit in San Francisco and send it right to Sacramento after they grant me an order stating that I should receive a settlement. Then they send my case to Sacramento, where they know that they've already labeled me as vexatious and will immediately close my lawsuit. How corrupt is that? And then the Supreme Court, I have them on another documentary that's already filed at YouTube and on my Instagram page. They're stating that that it's okay to violate due process rights because only 1% of cases get filed in their courts. Do you know that taxpayers are funding these court systems that are denying people their due process rights illegally? So I have that recorded as he threatened to get the feds on me. I said, really? Because I posted that video making sure that it was way past his statute of limitations. Because I am my litigant, I am my advocate. Here's more bullshit.
That you champion, but one of them is one of mental health awareness, and I know that you talked about in your own family that you didn't suffering from mental illness.
Bullshit.
And during this time,
Glenn Close must be the most detached person on the planet to terrorize me and be a part of a game of torturing me for years and talking about inclusiveness and having family with mental illness, etc., and champion causes. I swear these celebrities are liars. Their charities, their cases, is all about pumping up their status and their ability to manipulate society and keep their fans. If the world knew and understood what these celebrities are doing and pretending to create all these movements about being woke and yet totally not being woke, why aren't they talking about MK Ultra voodoo? Why aren't they talking about spy breach satellites? Woody Harrelson did about a month ago, and then he got shut down because why? Because they have been using these resources to violate humanity and making a lawless global movement from hate crimes against me. Lying about me, spying on me, tormenting me, and using mind control, manipulation, and psychological warfare to manipulate the conversation.
what can we do?
Oh, let's
How
talk
can we
about
reach out to people?
stigma.
I like how you call your campaign.
Stigma free, because let's see, there's a site called Stigma, and they've been pumping that recently because why? Because I've been posting about being on SSDI, having PTSD, and that my payee, who is a principal in Davis, and he was my old high school teacher, irony, he's a Mason, and connected with Don Saylor, who is an official. He is to be a mayor, and he covers criminal cops. So there's irony for you, but you know, Dave Egoff, my payee, he did go with me to YC Permia. He did help me with not filing lawsuits, but taking me to the court in Sacramento. And he wrote a letter about going to the media at YC Permia, and I posted that letter.
I think it's so easy to be like, this isn't normal, you know? Yeah. Like what does that even mean, normal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder, we need to define.
While harassing me and terrorizing me, they don't want to send a message of hate to other people in society that are survivors of rape and incest rape and domestic violence or NFL abuse, domestic violence or police brutality. Oh, yes. Lord forbid that they would offend their Black Skin Only Matters groups or their socialist DACA groups or their, other people that are suffering from any of the things that I am a survivor of, including, like I said, rape, incest rape, domestic violence, NFL abuse, police brutality, and surviving while having to fight the world in a lawless global movement game while they torture me. So they're like, oh, what's the new normal? Because I don't have a filter. I don't post, what would be normal posts. I go right for what's real. And, I go right back at them with their lying slander codes and I slam them. And so they're trying to create a platform where they are communicating that they don't hate people that have a mental illness and PTSD, because look, our veterans, they have so much PTSD. So many people have PTSD. That would be a travesty to terrorize all those people, right? That would be, I don't know, riots.
Define what normal is. Because the human condition is made up of all of us
individuals who are each one of us is different, like snowflakes. Everyone is
Yeah,
different.
like
It's one of the
snowflakes.
incredible things about nature. So we
They're
we
so
don't
wicked.
really fit into whatever.
Really. But yet, there's UC Davis, where I'm from. Why would all of a sudden they put that and then don't filter yourself? Wow. Is that because I'm a plus model and I have pics that are not filtered and pics that are filtered, and quite honestly, the pics that are not filtered look even better. But these riffraff are jealous haters, and they chase after me right after I post. Being on SSDI, they have to run and take that attention away from me because the lawless global movement made from terrorizing me. This is not the first time Hoda and Jenna have had these riffraff on their shows from NorCal. About a month or so ago, they had Davis on their show for their makeovers. And now, here they have a Sacramento back to back on their show. Oh, that's not code.
This morning, and when I love this one Instagram page called Good News Movement. It's just great.
Yeah, it's just great because they're trying to cover Good Day Sacramento making hate crimes against me. That's great. And UC Davis chasing after me and promoting Hassan Minaj, Cam Country, John Party, Lily Singh, Greta Gerwig, Black Panther director, 49ers minions that went to the Super Bowl last year that wanted to get all the attention away from me because my abusive ex is retired, NFL Raider Lester Hayes.
Everything in it is great. But there's a resident from Sacramento, California, who actually drove around, looked for lawn signs that said 2020 graduates. And when he saw one, he hopped out of his car, pulled out his trumpet, and played Pomp and Circumstance. Take a listen.
As if that's necessary. There's some more minions. Oh, look. Kristen Bell from Sacramento. And there's Cardi B, another minion, supporting the grad minions of 2020.
What will your essential service be?
Well, I know what Oprah's essential service is, while having the nerve to have the courage to talk about Kobe Bryant being a teen rapist with Gayle King, and yet not talk about the Eye of Ra and talk about their corruption against me and terrorizing me and refusing to defend me. I don't know, is that because Oprah Winfrey's children in Africa at our Africa school were raped from the staff that Oprah Winfrey hired and should have had the all-seeing Eye of Ra protect those children and not hire rapist staff? Isn't that what celebrities are all about? Isn't that what their chandeliers code and their beast mode code and their diamond code and their triangle pyramid code is all about? That they know so much and they can terrorize anybody on the planet that they want to terrorize and violate their life and act like they are above God? Well, if Oprah was above God, then she would have protected her children, her students in Africa, from being raped from her staff that was hired at her school to be teachers. And then Oprah wouldn't have cowered out with Gayle King after getting threatened from Snoop Dogg for taking down Kobe Bryant's legacy. Yeah, as you can see, all the black celebrities and all the other celebrities didn't care what Oprah had to say, or Gayle King, which is irony because in the celebrity world, Oprah is God to all the celebrities.
Matters in service to yourself, your community, and the world. Class of 2020. Bravo.
Oh, yay, bravo for making hate crimes against Tanya and running as fast as you can like marathon runners and, Nipsey Hussle and I saw Minaj and Cam Country and John Party and a slew of minions from UC Davis and NorCal and all the students. What will they do? What could they be? How fast could they run to beat the room of the brick wall metaphor and make a lawful whistleblower on SSDI disability a refugee in my own country? What will their service be? How could their service be used to the world? From hate crimes? From a lawless global movement? Game made to open up doors to all these damn little brat minions so that they could run after me? From hate crimes made against me, from celebs' lying slander codes. Celebs are cultists, they're elitists, and they are on the same page as totality population control. They could care less. That's why they are being used from the FCC and the NSA to illegally spy on people and violate their human rights. Except they make lying slander codes against me because I'm a lawful whistleblower. They're violating everybody's rights. They have totality of everybody in the world. They're getting ready to make a lawless global movement turn into a one world order. One government, one nation, under voodoo with no justice and liberty for all. And then they're going to slam the banks and put the mark of the beast on people if they want to buy and sell anything in the world. If they want to have anything, it's going to go from people being extreme poverty to people having something. It's going to be brutal, it's going to be chaos, and it's going to be war. Lots of war and lots of poverty everywhere.
I like to think about what our essential service can be. I feel like that's a good question we should write.
Yeah, it is. While their essential service is using me and mocking me and terrorizing me for so many years. Wow, is that their essential service? Do they gather their little journals and write that down every night? How grateful and thankful and blessed they are to have had this service of utilizing their life to try to terrorize me. Wow, bravo. Or is Bravo like the TV station of desperate housewives, connected to all these ballers, these riff-raff housewives? So many codes that they use, from Oprah's Bravo to promoting Minions on Netflix and Bravo, and Davis Films and Chasing Me and Coco from Grass Valley, Disney, because Disney's 13 bloodlines of the Illuminati. And yeah, just promoting all of these riffraff. They've promoted UC Davis to go to Disney and, be hired on at Disney. And just a slew of riffraff chasing me soullessly with no conscience, no care about what it is in the world to really make a difference. Their greed, their selfish greed of what can I have, what can I be, what can I look like to the world if I run, and try to take as much as I can and be a pirate thief. And it's all these codes all these years. They've flipped the United States flag. They have destroyed the Constitution. And we're going into Memorial Day weekend. We don't have a military. We don't have a United States because we don't have a law. But then again, we didn't have a law when 9/11 was happening. And George Bush was president. And he was talking about New World Order. And he created the war that never ended in the Middle East. And he also caused numerous lives to be lost in Hurricane Katrina, black lives. Then again, he is all about population control. And so is COVID-19. There's some stigma for you. That somebody could be special and have knowledge about things that many are refusing to talk about, and yet have PTSD, be a survivor of violent crimes, and be my own advocate, my own whistleblower against these criminals that are trying to take down the United States and destroy humanity. I'm a whistleblower defending my rights and exposing media and celebrities and government and their corruption. And the courage that I have to talk about things that most people wouldn't talk about, but yet they didn't harass Oprah Winfrey when she spent most of her career talking about being incest raped from her uncle in the back seat of a car, and yet loving road trips. Bravo, Oprah. In part because of Nicole's lesbo friends that are criminals, druggies that have cop family. And Ashley is a piece of shit. That's right. Yeah. Because he knows. He's aware of what Gina did to me.
Oh, God. And did he encourage you to waste the rest of your life hating everyone?
I don't know. If Bev raped you as a child, would you be okay with it?
You're not listening. Okay? You don't listen to me. And that's why you don't have to.
See, Bev is my aunt, and I'm having this conversation with my mom. She's pleading with me to forgive and talking about Dave, and I'm saying, yeah, he's aware. You know, he acts like he's not aware of anything while, playing games with his damn Masons, but whatever. He's aware of what's happened, and have his letter posted of being my SSDI payee and being a survivor of violent crimes. He's aware that I put Gina in my lawsuits, and that if he had read my many exhibits, there would be in my lawsuits Gina filed at Megan's Law. That video I post on my Instagram. You can hear the video better if you go to my Instagram page at TatianaGrace.justice. But see, it's so weird to talk about being raped and incest raped, and also enduring NFL abuse, domestic violence from your ex-Raider, Lester Hayes. That's just not normal to talk about all of those things.
And 1905? Yes, it was in 1905. Oh, man, it was great love making. I remember Tanya. Oh, we made love twice, and it was delicious. I thank you. Oh, wow. As you do all your lady friends that you like to get fired from jobs because they bow-legged and can't walk the next day because you fucked them and stole the pussy. Oh, my God, you're such a hero. Hey, Leslie, you goddamn. What's going on with you, buddy? Well, you're an asshole. That's what's going on. And I just wanted to tell you. I just wanted to tell you that. And you got what? Because you were good. Oh, Lord, it was calm everywhere. And then you put my flexible I would be. And you were very abusive to me, and you were part of all these conspiracies. I can't hear you. Of course you can. Why don't you go get your miracle ear, and then you can go hear me? See, ma'am, it was love making. We made love once, right? I don't recall you hitting me in the head and telling me to shut up. Love making. No, I made love to you twice. You know what? Listen, you hit.
They took so much of my life from me. 13 years, a refugee. I barely go outside. I'm indoors more than 300 days of a year for going on to 3 years now. Not because I'm afraid of anybody, but because they have violated my housing rights. I literally have to MacGyver my housing rights under Amendment 14. I've never had a felony. I've never had a 5150. I'm a lawful. I've never been jailed. I have SSDI for PTSD, survivor of rape, incest rape, NFL abuse, and police brutality. After risking my life for my black ex-boyfriend, after telling and reporting on criminal police and their felon families related to media and the Figueroas and. Yeah, I've said this. See, I say this stuff like 1,000 times a day. Not because I'm not aware that I've said this stuff like 1,000 times a day, but because this world acts like they're deaf and stupid, that I have to keep posting the same things. I have to keep posting the DA. I have to keep posting, the police report stating that I'm lawful, and the DA report stating that I'm lawful, stating that I'm the survivor of violent crimes, while they terrorize me. I have to keep posting all of these videos. Because for some reason, this world can so easily be manipulated from celebrities and media and any lie and slander codes that they make, while they pretend to care about charities only to promote their celebrity name while terrorizing my life, and then having the nerve to make code about it so blatantly. Ooh, beat the room of the brick wall metaphor. Talking about me. How are they going to escape the room and maintain their celebrity dome without people realizing that there's such bullshit and that everything that they give charities to is a tax write-off? And it's poor commoners that are making celebrities rich while they violate their rights to privacy and peace and justice, and can manipulate and put voodoo on anybody in the world. They have totality. They spy on their phones. They spy on them from TV. They use frequency flyers and elf towers, radiation towers that are causing cancer. Population control. But hold on, all of a sudden, Reba McEntire is multiracial. Hell no. Yes, also because my skin is so whitey, and I've been making very specific comments about the racism of Black Skin Only Matters groups. So now all of these idiot socialist groups that are Caucasian and don't want to be labeled as racist and KKK are out there working their ass off to kiss black ass so that they won't be labeled, because BLM groups have been using me and terrorizing me for years, covering Lester Hayes, covering Brenton. He's my ex whom I risked my life for during police brutality, and needless to say, I do not have the wisest choice in men. It is what it is, and they were abusive, and Brenton just left. He befriended my enemies and cowardly left. He could have gotten groups together, the NAACP. You know, if he had died, if I had let him be killed from police, the NAACP, Betty Williams, who promised to help me, would have helped me, because black skin only matters. While irony, Tanya Fajon from BLM of Sacramento, a plus-size black woman that goes out in the streets with a plethora of picketing signs and riots any time a black felon gets arrested from police or brutalized from police or killed from police. Stephon Clark was murdered from a black cop, and the BLM groups were screaming racism and got millions of dollars. And now his brother is in prison again on felony charges. Irony. While racist Al Sharpton, who hates Jews, along with his good old buddy Farrakhan, who blatantly hates Jews, came to Sacramento with Common and Nick Cannon to support BLM groups. You know, BLM was started in Ferguson when a young teen was killed from a white cop in Ferguson. Ferguson is way closer to New York and Chicago than Sacramento is. Why couldn't they have rioted there? Or in Washington? Because I'm minutes away from Sacramento, and the Lawless Global Movement game started here in NorCal, in Davis, because I am a lawful whistleblower, and they made the Lawless Global Movement a game of hate crimes against me, of pirates stealing against me, anything from civil rights to minions trying to chase my dreams, singing, songwriting, you know, plus size modeling, art, poetry, you know, cooking, this, that, and the other. You know, I make documentaries, I do little mini films and musicals. I do all of that. That is my creative way of expressing myself, and it has always been. And it is what I wanted to do way before the Lawless Global Movement. So of course they use this as retaliation against me to promote their games and be so exclusive, because I'm a whistleblower against their corruption, against humanity.